group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
My Hometown is made possible by Anton Media Group. For more of your local community news, visit AntonMediaGroup.com. If you have a story to share or want to subscribe, call 516-747-8282.
WHPC.
And now we return to My Hometown.
Welcome back. Welcome back to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Nassau Community College student Zach Turkel, along with Bill Horan. And our guest today is Amanda Milberg, who is the co-founder of From Our Hearts to Our Toes. Amanda, why did you move from Jericho Commons to Hicksville Plaza, your current location?
Well, where we were in the Jericho Commons was kind of under in like someone's like extra storage space in like the basement, and we didn't really have a storefront location. So when Kimco kind of allowed us to move to that storefront location in Hicksville, which is kind of really just right across the street. One, it was much bigger. It was a little lighter. We were able to put up the signage on the front, which allowed kind of like the foot traffic to come by. And also it was kind of just easier to have people come to because it was a little less dark. So it was really just a move there for bigger space to kind of hopefully have more people see where we were. And it's really, I think, helped just spreading the word out even more.
Did you get more foot traffic once you moved to the current location?
Yeah, I would think so.
Wow, good.
Yeah, because now we have signage, like, you know, right in between the Petco and the Five Guys. But it has all of our information from our hearts to your toes. It also has our contact information, our Instagram, our Facebook. So I think just by having that, people kind of walk around. And anytime I'm there, and usually the door is open, people are always curious as to what is going on down there, because it's since it isn't open all the time, I think people are just kind of interested in what's happening. And there's a couple of dance costumes hanging on the door and stuff like that. So people are like, is this a shop?
That's good. You create interest.
Yeah.
Whatever creates interest and does it there. And Amanda, before we started the show, you were telling me, because certainly Zach and I are not knowledgeable in the dance world, these costumes are fairly expensive. I mean, you want to tell us what they usually cost?
Yeah, I mean, from my studio, we ordered from these catalogs, and they were anywhere from like $50 to $80 a costume. And those were just the catalog costumes. And I know some dance studios, they had them handmade, or they would, you know, make them themselves. So some of these costumes are really one of a kind, beaded, you know, really nice, beautiful costumes that we are just giving away to anyone that would want them.
No, that's really awesome. And that's a tremendous saving to parents. If you have two children, let's say they're both dancers, and even on the low end, they do two dances and $60 a piece. That's $120 saved. And something also I asked you, I said, can't these people afford them because they're paying for the dance lesson? But you're telling me a lot of these dance recitals come from free programs, and the people aren't paying, so this is not something special. You're really helping people who couldn't afford it.
Yeah. A lot of the programs that we donate to are community programs, whether those be after school, boys and girls clubs, summer camps, performing art camps, and even more than just the savings that they have from not incurring those added costs of the costume. It also, I think, just transforms and adds that extra element to being a dancer, and really you're going on for your final recital that you worked so hard either all summer or all school year or for your holiday show, and going on in a beautiful white sequin costume rather than, you know, your just white shirt that you know, bought for your special occasion, or maybe you just kind of refound in your closet. It really elevates you and gives you the confidence, and really, I think, makes someone feel special, which maybe sometimes coming from these communities, maybe that's not something or a feeling that they feel every day. And I know that was something that I really appreciated just growing up. You know, dancing, it gave me confidence. It made me feel like I was a part of a team and a community, like outside of my school community and my family. And I feel like if I know that I could be helping other students or dancers feel that way, that just makes me happy.
I'm thinking of a saying for you. I mean, honestly, you make memories, or your organization, you could call it, we make memories, because you never know. Those people may go on to be professionals, mostly probably will not, but what a nice memory to look back and say, oh, I was a princess, I was a queen, I was, a Viking in a ship or whatever, or a pussycat or a lion or a tiger. We still don't know what Zach would be suitable for. But once again, tell people if they're listening and they want to get involved, whether as a volunteer, making a donation, or maybe just going out and get some more costumes for you. Who do they contact? How do they do that?
Yeah, all of this information can be found on our website, which is www.heartstotoes.org. And that shows the different organizations that we helped, how to get in contact with us through the website, as well as kind of a little more on my sister and I's story and how to make a monetary donation. But also just a way to bypass that, you can just email us at heartstotoes@gmail.com. And then you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and that kind of just gives more of daily updates, pictures, and videos of everything that we're doing on a day-to-day basis.
I'm picturing all those happy mothers now looking and saying, I can get rid of 30 costumes in a few minutes and make these people happy, and it's a win-win. Zach?
It is a win-win situation. Amanda, do you work with other organizations? If so, which ones?
Yeah, I mean, now that we've been around for about 7 years, we kind of have partnerships with different organizations, whether that be the Boys and Girls Club. We've been sending them costumes for a while, the Fresh Air Fund, Alvin Ailey, and different stuff. Again, all of these organizations that we do work with are listed on our website. But really, a lot of the help that we get is just from local people who are interested in doing those and donating their costumes. And the nice thing is it's usually from young girls and boys and their parents and their families who want to kind of do something because they were dancers themselves. Like you were saying, there's kind of a common theme and passion. And that was something that I always really liked about this organization, because it wasn't just that you were asking your parents for extra funds to bring into school, that you kind of didn't really know what was going to happen with that. Obviously, it was going to somewhere good, but you didn't know the direct effect that it would have on the community. And when you said making memories, that's exactly how I felt, because it was literally my costume, which I had memories on, whether that be competing, being with my friends, or that recital dance. And I think that's the same thing that a lot of the people who donate share. So they're kind of excited to have that memory, kind of keep it, but give up the actual object of it, and then hopefully donate it to someone else who can then make the memories themselves.
And again, we never know if that's the greatest moment of our life or the beginning of a trail, or just a fun picture to look back and say, remember when I was the Viking master or the cowboy or whatever. In your world, are there busy seasons? I think of dance recitals as like May, June.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, usually in terms of like receiving costumes, it's May and June, which is really when those recitals are done. People have stuff, the competition seasons are over, people have stuff to donate. In terms of actually giving the costumes away to these people, it's right before then. So they're having their May and June recitals, or a lot of times we see holiday shows and stuff like that. Another day that we're really looking forward to is Giving Tuesday, which is after Thanksgiving, which is kind of when a lot of people and these nonprofits are really we kind of highlight that on our website in hopes that people will donate, whether that be a monetary donation or kind of just hopefully make like almost like a resolution, but a little earlier in the year to help out us and give us the costumes and stuff like that.
So Giving Tuesday, that's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving?
I don't remember if it's the Tuesday before or after, but I'm pretty sure it's after, because it goes like Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Okay, no, but that is a
Giving
worthy
Tuesday.
action, and people are probably digging through that and saying, what are we doing with all this stuff? These costumes, it's so worthwhile, and they're only going to sit up there and either get damp or something's going to happen with them, or 40 years from now your estate will handle them and say time to throw them out. Mm-hmm. So they've just kind of clogged up the house, and they can do so much good. Zach?
I just want to let our listeners know that you're listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Zach Turkel, along with Bill Horan. Our guest today is Amanda Milberg, who is the co-founder of From Our Hearts to Our Toes. Amanda, what days and hours is your storefront open?
Right now, since it's just my sister, myself, and my mom, we usually do by appointment only, but we find ourselves really out there pretty much every weekend. a designated hour, which we tell who people that email us or contact us through Facebook. We kind of say, okay, in October we'll be here this day, that day, and then we go from there because, like I said, we're all kind of also working full time, so it's really just when we can get out there, and that's why we're hoping that through this now becoming officially a 501c3, we can kind of find people that live on Long Island, since we live in the city, that can come and meet people more to open the store more. So then it can really be a place where people can drop them off every day and they have designated hours. And that's something that we're pushing towards, and hopefully we'll figure that out over the next year.
And 501c3, that's kind of accountant's code for a not-for-profit, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just in case our audience doesn't know what the school 501c3 means,
yeah,
it's now you're an official not-for-profit.
Yeah, so we're state recognized, which means that we can provide tax receipts for people.
Wait, say that again. We all like to hear that.
That's great.
So when they donate, they're not only doing something good, they feel good, they're helping people, but they're getting that little receipt that says you can take $60, $80, $200 or whatever the amount is off their taxes.
I don't know the logistics of the tax.
Right.
All I know is that's something that we were striving for, and that's one of the reasons that we wanted to become a 501c3.
Even more appealing.
Yeah. And whether that be through a monetary donation or the physical costume, you can kind of create a monetary idea or price or estimate from what you're donating. And I think that just is like the icing on the cake for people that really want to help out.
No, it really is. That's a nice thing. And it's always helpful if we can save money by doing this and cleaning out the garage. Wow, that's a good day.
Yeah. Amanda, are there any specific types of costumes that you are in need of? There's got to be one type that you just can't find.
I guess people want to look just like Zach Turkel. That's the costume
That's
you
exactly.
probably don't have,
That's
right?
it. Yeah.
I knew it. Go ahead.
Always, it's really kind of everything because, like I said, depending on the season, depending on the songs that are popular right now, some usually are more desired than others. But we're always just looking for nice dance costumes, group costumes. That's something that's big because, we try our best to try to make them match as best as we can. But if one of those recital groups of 10 dancers who come right off the stage and give it all to us, we can just outfit those right to the next 10 dancers who are doing a similar piece. And also shoes. We're always looking for tap shoes, ballet shoes, jazz shoes, and stuff like that, because that's another thing that, again, like I only thought came with dancing, but another added expense, especially when you're younger and your foot is growing every year.
I was going to say, that, for young people, you're changing shoes every year, and what are you going to do with them? There's nothing. You're not going to go back to that size 3, no matter what you think, or 5, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
And that's another thing that changes from, like, you could just go barefoot. I mean, unless you wanted to do tap or something like that. But even just having the tap shoes opens the door for some of these community programs who never even thought about teaching tap. And now they have the opportunity to.
Before we wrap up, give us that contact information so we can get over there and get that tax deduction.
Yes. You can go on our website, which is www.heartstotoes.org, or email us at heartstotoes@gmail.com.
Amanda, we want to thank you for being our guest today, and we want to remind our audience that we've been talking about the organization From Our Hearts to Your Toes with the founder, Amanda Milberg. I'm Bill Horan, along with Nassau Community College student Zach Turkel. Thanks for tuning in to My Hometown.